Donald Trump Jr. attacked me in his speech at CPAC. Something about me looking like a gender-neutral potato head. And then the tweets started rolling in on my computer, people telling me about Donnie Jr. insulting me, and I thought of some really cutting responses, some really clever ways to reply, some way to go viral, but then I stopped. I didn't post anything. It was just another distraction. He wanted me to respond. This was just more BS fuel for the culture war, and it does not matter. There is too much real news going on. There's no time for potato heads. 4 little words that are hurting America's pandemic response. What are they? Here, let Sean Hannity tell you. He loves these words.
Do your own research. Please do your own research. Do your own research. Do your own research. There's a ton of it right on, at the tip of your fingers on your own phone.
That phrase, do your own research, is popping up a lot in conversations about coronavirus and about COVID vaccines. Nicki Minaj used similar wording in that tweet this week, saying she was doing research. But this go-it-alone approach, doing your own research, it seems so innocent, but it can have serious consequences. Jen, thanks for coming on Reliable Sources.
My pleasure.
Busy summer ahead, infrastructure, election reform. What does the press get wrong when covering Biden's agenda? When you watch the news, when you read the news, what do you think we get wrong?
I'll have to just circle back with you. We can circle back with him. I'm happy to circle back with you. I can circle back. I will have to circle back on that one. That's an excellent question. Oh, such an important question. We will circle back with you, and we'll circle back with you.
For journalists who watch what you do, what's your advice for them about trying to stay as close to the truth in this world of lies?
Well, I think what I try to do is stay grounded to the facts, and what I mean by that, the details. And
I'll circle back if there's more I can share with you.
The major networks did not carry Donald Trump's Saturday night rally. Even Fox News ignored it. But Fox is serving the ex-president's agenda in lots of other ways. Reporters likened the rally to a revenge tour, and Fox sure knows revenge. To understand why so many Republicans have abandoned democracy, to see why so many believe the big lie, to get why so many are trying to rewrite voting rules, you have to hear the poisonous propaganda that the GOP's activist base is listening to. So, that's what I did this week. I watched every episode of Sean Hannity's show, and I color-coded it. As you can see right here, I focused on his language, the insults, the phrases that he repeats every night. Nasty little words like these.
Socialist, stalker, weak, failure, shameless, psychotic indoctrination, hellholes.
And that's just the beginning. Look, the beginning of the Biden years is not the end of Trump's war on truth. The fractures, the fault lines of the Trump era are very much still with us. I'm talking about the mainstreaming of conspiracy thinking, the demonizing of others, the gaslighting that's going on. Trump himself can't tweet anymore, so he's not quite as visible, and lots of folks don't want to hear about him at all anymore. And his apologists say everyone should just move on and forget about his years of misconduct. But it's not over. It's not in the past. Besides, it's not really about him anymore. It's about his acolytes now. The Trump-era war on truth is being waged every day by his lieutenants. Reducing a liar's reach is not the same as censoring freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is different than freedom of reach. And algorithmic reach is part of the problem. There is a gathering storm. Most of us can feel it in the air, but is it being reflected on the air? What happened on January 6th was not a passing storm in American politics. The peril remains. Donald Trump's attempt at a coup was not the end of the story. He is still trying to steal the election, and by claiming it should be decertified, and he's already clearly planning to run again. He held a rally last night. So what does that tell us about 2024? It tells us that there is a gathering storm. The only NBC program to mention the Trump coup this week was Late Night with Seth Meyers. And Seth Credit covered it well, but the newscasts did not cover it. Look, I get that there's a lot going on, but a slide towards autocracy should merit some airtime. Where are Tucker and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham? Where's Ainsley Earhart and Steve Doocy and Brian Kilmeade? Where are the biggest stars on Fox getting vaccinated? Everybody else is doing it, right, Matt? I mean, all across television, all these anchors are rolling up their sleeves. Why do you think you haven't seen the biggest stars on Fox News get vaccinated or show us their vaccine selfies? This new report about YouTube, it's up on the TTP website. It's more evidence, Oliver, of something that's been emerging for years, right? But not only are the echo chambers really, really insidious, they're also louder, more on one side than the other.
Right, and I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone, including the folks at YouTube, right, that their recommendation algorithm is really a radicalization machine. And the thing is, what are they going to do about this problem?
So many millions are being seduced and being deceived by an alternative reality. Trump is not really the leader of this anymore. Tucker Carlson is. From downplaying the pro-Trump riot of January 6th to mainstreaming a white supremacist conspiracy theory. And I know, Tucker's been here before. Remember that time he said white was a hoax? But his comments this week, on Thursday, were another new low, as he identified the so-called white replacement theory by name. This is something that's fringe, often on racist websites, but he played it out for his viewers to hear. And it's been played a lot. I know the Fox segment has been played repeatedly, so I'm not going to air it here. But Tucker knew exactly what he was doing. Look at the quote. He even predicted that people would be disturbed by his argument, which made him all the more delighted to make the argument anyway. Sean Hannity and I used to have a really friendly relationship. He gave me great advice when I graduated college. He gave me great advice when I joined CNN, went into television, and honestly, like a lot of relationships in the Trump years, our relationship frayed in the Trump era, in the Trump years, and then it's disappointing to me.
Your response, and explain to us how you approach your interviews, how you try to be fair.
Sometimes I think I'm just a content machine for Fox News because they need something to complain about. Social distancing has transformed the news, in some ways, forever.
It's kind of crazy.
From Dr. Sanjay Gupta to lawmakers to celebrities. Everyone is adjusted to at-home studios. From local to international news, reporters trade tips about the best ring lights, tripods, and mics. I invested in blackout shades and soundproofing, though it didn't really work. There's only so much you can control. Home live shots are a source of TV drama during a stressful time. Staircases and doors leave viewers wondering, will somebody walk in? Will a kid interrupt? Will there be a surprise guest appearance? Or maybe two. And how will the guest handle it? I quickly learned to lock the door before every hit. But you know, sometimes it is more fun not to.
David Cameron was talking about, oh, I'm really sorry, that's my son.
Hey, reporter Deborah Haynes' son just wanted a snack.
Yes, you can have 2 biscuits.
Sky News cut away, but it's better to just embrace the chaos. Embarrassing moments are humanizing moments, and the media needs more of that. Being live at home, it's relatable and revealing. Although sometimes a little too revealing.
They will scale up the program if it is successful, guys.
Very cool. We love it, Will.
Next time, he wore pants. But hey, I can relate. This was me live on CNN with just 2 minutes notice, talking with Wolf Blitzer about Trump's Twitter account being banned. Later that night, I changed rooms, switching up the backdrops. And that's when my phone blacked out.
And we lost Brian.
Let's go, Brandon.
That's right. And be sure to order your Let's Go Brandon shirt from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Or if that's not your style, maybe you'll prefer the F. Joe Biden, want to buy a vowel shirt, or an Arrest Dr. Fauci shirt, or any of my awesome designs. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.